Hey guys, Ponce here on the public test realm, and today I just thought I'd talk to you guys a little bit about some changes made to towers in the public test realm. Again, I don't know how this, as I always say, I don't know if this is actually going to go live or what. Public test realm is testing stuff, but this is one of the changes I find sort of weird and like I'm not too fond of. So basically, you guys know how top turret has that. I'll show you guys on here
Stand
on the
with
bottom
me,
turret.
brothers and
See
sisters.
the fortification buff here? That's always existed top lane. So the first, what it was is the first 8 minutes you'd deal, or champions would deal 20 less damage to towers. Now they've changed that to for the first 7 minutes, it blocks 30 damage from champion basic attacks. So and that used to only be top lane, and so of course top lane has been changed in terms of the numbers, and now bottom lane has that turret, has that buff to the turret. I was never fond of the original change because I mean that's a purely competitive scene change. It has like absolutely nothing to do with how us mere mortals play the game. I have never seen like the three-man rotation, people rush down a tower and solo queue thing. Maybe I'm wrong and it happens every once in a while or something, but it's got to be pretty infrequent. If anything, all it was doing is it annoyed me as a top laner. That I'd play really well. Generally speaking, I win my lane pretty much like 90% of the time. I don't mean that to sound conceited, but I just win the lane. And previous seasons I'd be able to push down the tower really fast, really early. Now it feels like, it's since the tower change top lane was instituted, it felt like I was being punished for winning my lane early, and it's like I was taking the risks, playing really aggressively, trying to win the lane. It's like, oh, I get the tower, well, I'm not going to damage it anyway. It's time to just go back and heal or something. So yeah, and now this is being pushed bottom lane as well. Again, like I've only seen this in like LCS type games where everyone suddenly rotates bottom, and then suddenly on the other team to counter it, everyone rotates top, and they just kind of do this really lame tower push thing. And yeah, that probably does need a solution, in a competitive sense. But I mean, there has to be a more elegant solution than that. I know Riot said they're not happy with the change, like as is, and this is just sort of a temporary solution. But it's been a while. I really do hope they come up with something better. This is again like the other issue is this is pretty much the only time that I've agreed with people saying this is like a forced meta thing. Normally, when people say forced meta, it's not really the case. Just something happens to be most efficient, and it's just going to work that way regardless. But this is like a definite cap on by Riot saying the laning phase must last X amount of time, and I'm really not fond of that. And it's kind of an aberration in this game. It's like one of the few instances where, yeah, it seems like Riot is dictating how the game must play out. To an extent, it's not a complete dictation, but it's definitely kind of skewing things in a certain direction they want things to move. Um, yeah. So yeah, you bottom laners now have to deal with this tower thing as well. I've been dealing with the top laner since the start of Season 4, whenever that thing came in, so yeah, you can have a taste of the medicine I've been swallowing all this season. It all kind of stacks in with the anti-snowball thing, which in general I've not been fond of either, because I like snowballing games. But that's another topic. I'll probably talk about that another time, sort of my thoughts on that kind of thing. But yeah, for the time being, this is the solution they've come up with. Oh, and of course, as you see now, we're at the 8 minute mark. That buff thing is gone. So yeah, hopefully you found this informative. I don't know if it'll go live like this, so I don't know.
Find me
Don't rant
greater
like me
foes.
if you're not fond of the change yet. But yeah, I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching.